The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of you from different parts of the world. We have an exciting collection. God, look at that. Those wonderful people that are on the screen already. Okay, so you're gonna, it's really diversity out there, and this is about the Diversity Forum, Diversity Award. And we all know that all over the world, diversity is such an important topic for us to be engaged in. And GEDC, the Global Engineering Deans Council, does a terrific job of promoting diversity through its GEDC Awards. And so here we are to celebrate the GEDC Awards. And I'm going to hand this over to the chairperson of the Global Engineering Deans Council, Sirin Tekinay. Here you go, Sirin.
Thank you so much, Krishna. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to chair this session today. Diversity is one of our core values and strategic objectives at the Global Engineering Deans Council, and it is, of course, to the global engineering community. Since 2012, it has become one of our time-honored traditions to run this diversity awards competition. It is the biggest one in the world when it comes to diversity in engineering, and we're proud to uphold this tradition. Since the germination of this idea way back then, Airbus has been our consistent sponsor, and their subsidiary Petrus Communications have supported us through this process. Last year, we skipped a beat when it came to our annual conferences, face-to-face meetings, and celebration of this diversity award altogether. But I'm very proud of our community that we have pulled together as GEDC, and with Siemens as our sponsor this year in 2020, we ran the competition, albeit virtually, and today we're very happy to bring to you the finalists and the winner of the 2020 GEDC Diversity Award. Now, I would like to introduce to you two of our global leaders who have put in a lot of time and energy and their own resources to make it happen this year. So without further ado, let me first introduce Dora Smith of Siemens, who generously sponsored this year's competition. Dora?
Hi, Sirin, and hi, everyone, and just happy and honored to be with you today. It's important to me at Siemens, but it's also a part of my own personal mission to try to increase the quality of and the access to engineering education around the world. And so looking for opportunities and platforms like this where we can really recognize and celebrate those that are doing amazing work and helping us really increase that access and making sure it's a more diverse pipeline of talent for the future. So looking forward to the rest of the session today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Dora, of course, not only represents the support we get from Siemens towards this diversity program, but also our involvement with industry. She is one of the members of the IFES Executive Committee. So thank you for all you do, Dora. And next, I'd like to introduce to you the Super Dean of George Mason University Volkenau School of Engineering, Dean Ken Ball, who has rallied his own resources out of George Mason University to extend the IT capabilities that we needed for administration of this year's award, and he chaired the jury. So, Ken?
Thank you, Sirin. It's a pleasure to join everyone this morning. And we are also very happy at George Mason University to help with the organization of the website to collect the nominations for the award and to help with the review process in the award. I also want to recognize one of our most distinguished alumna from our program. Sirin is herself an alumna from George Mason University, and we're very proud of you and for everything that you do for the GEDC. I think now would be a good time for me to acknowledge the members of the jury that reviewed the proposals. So, Krishna, could you allow me to share my screen?
Certainly, Ken, I will make you this presenter.
Okay.
You just have to click show my screen.
All right, I will do that. And then I'm going to pop open just one slide.
Yeah,
Can everyone?
Full screen, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I do want to acknowledge that we had a lot of help this year. You know, it's been an unusual year, and we had to scramble to put together the website, solicit the nominations, and then do a quick review. And as we've all been doing since the pandemic broke early this year, we've all done that very well, and we were able to pull that all together. And we had a lot of help in reviewing the nominations, and despite the challenges, we had a large number of excellent nominations and submissions to review. So this is the group of engineering deans around the world that helped with the review. Sirin, of course, was very much involved and provided great input for the nominations. I'd like to also acknowledge Elizabeth Croft from Monash University in Australia, Leo Kempel, the Dean of Engineering at Michigan State University in the US. We had Christian Bolu at Covenant University in Nigeria, Natasha DePaulo from Illinois Institute of Technology, and of course Natasha's a past chair of the GEDC, so we're all very familiar with her, and we were happy to have her continue to be involved and help us with that. And then of course too, I also helped with the review panel. So again, just want to say I'll stop sharing my screen here. How do I stop sharing my screen?
In the meantime, just add how proud I am of my alma mater.
Can you turn off my screen sharing, please?
Just leave it there till the next person comes in, okay?
Okay, that's fine, that'll work. All right, so again, thank you to everyone on the review panel and the jury, and thanks to everyone who submitted a nomination or had a submission themselves. And again, congratulations to our winners. It was a really competitive field, and our winners today rose to the top, so congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ken. Again, I'm incredibly proud of my alma mater, if I'm allowed to say so. If this isn't abusing my power as the chair, I'll take 30 seconds of mic time to say very, very proud. Thank you. Now is the time to introduce to you the finalists and our winner of the 2020 GEDC Diversity Award. Our shortlist came from the University of Pretoria, South Africa, University of Toronto, Canada, and the winner who will present last today is here with us from Purdue University, the US. Our first panelist, Lelanie Smith, could not be with us, so we will play what she has sent us. I believe that's a 5-minute video. Okay. As Aliki, please, sets up the video, I'll introduce Lelanie.
Yeah, it will come on. Yeah, in just a second.
Lelanie is a lecturer in Department of Mechanical and Aeronautical Engineering at the University of Pretoria, South Africa. She's serving as an editorial member and reviewer of several international reputed journals. She's the member of many international affiliations. So the recording, I think, is coming up. Yes.
At the University of Pretoria in engineering. So the overarching problem that this project is making is this real world, well-defined challenge to develop a technological solution for the Kruger National Park, which is in the north of South Africa, to help with protection of black and white rhinos, specifically from poaching. The solution will constitute but not be limited to engineers as additional support for this project. And we had a couple of students as volunteers. But that's where we started. And after the first year, we realized the value that projects like this could have, that has such a great context, and that has this variety of students taking part, not only from how diverse they are in terms of their nationalities and backgrounds, but also in terms of their design philosophy, how they are trained at each of these institutions, but also in terms of the
Okay. Oops. Who's next? Who's the next presenter? I just had to make the next person the presenter. Sirin,
All right.
who should I make
Krishna,
present?
can you hear me? All right. Well, we'll send our thanks to Lelanie for that presentation, and obviously diverse teams do great things, and that project also underlines the many different dimensions of diversity as we understand and define it broadly with gender, nationality, race. So thank you, Lelanie. Next, we have Professor Elham Marzi. Professor Elham Marzi should be made the presenter.
Schroeder, make her the presenter. Something's wrong with my screen.
Elham, can you hear me?
Schroeder, make her the presenter, please.
I can hear you.
Excellent. Lovely to have you here, Elham. Professor Elham Marzi is the director of the Engineering Business Minor and the INVEST initiative in the Institute for Studies in Transdisciplinary Engineering Education and Practice at the University of Toronto. She teaches in areas inclusive of organizational behavior, intercultural teams, HRM, strategy, and negotiations. With that, let me give the microphone to Elham.
Wonderful. So the presentation is visible from what I understand?
Yes.
Correct.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to the Engineering Dean Council, Sirin, to our partners from Siemens, and to everyone for being here and observing these presentations. It's an honor to be among the other finalists. I recognize the incredible work that has been done to take a step towards increasing diversity in the field of engineering, and I'm proud and privileged to be here in such excellent company. So thank you so much, Sirin, and to the Engineering Deans Council and to Siemens for this recognition in the finalists. INVEST, the project which I'm here to discuss, is one of my absolute passions. Over the past 2 to 3 years, myself and my team of 6 wonderful colleagues, including Anuli, Rahim, Toby, Debbie, and Patrick, who can't be with us here today, have put a huge footstep forward to build an opportunity for students around the world, not just at our university here in Toronto, to create learning opportunities in a structured manner through research teams. So the project that we call INVEST stands for the International Virtual Engineering Student Teams. And through this project, our objective has been to broaden access, create inclusivity, and increase the diversity through which students have ingrained within their education. Using this, we want to leverage skills that students will need to develop in order to go out into the workforce. Obviously, with engineering, as you all already know, there are huge diversity in specializations, fields, areas of research. We're trying to capture as much as we can by creating those opportunities through faculty members who are willing to work with our program. Our mission is to increase the availability of intercultural and international experiences without increasing travel needs and expenses for the students. So if we are providing these opportunities, as we have done over the past 2 years, we're supporting our students to enable them to work in these virtual teams with faculty who are experts both at their university and a partner university elsewhere in the world. Through these virtual teams, our vision has been to inspire these students and to aspire to develop their intercultural communication skills, increase the number of intercultural learning experiences that are available to the students, and also to increase the opportunities that they have to explore partnerships outside of their own community, outside of their own institutions. So our priority has been to create a matchmaking possibility for students, for their faculty, to build research projects in a variety of disciplines with a variety of institutions around the world. Our objective is to make diversity a priority and to create inclusivity within education. The way the project actually works is our partners and our team at Invest will initiate what we call a matchmaking process. This matchmaking process involves us having a faculty member from our institution partner with a faculty member from another institution. In the current term, we have we technically have 4 different partners. One partner is at Covenant University in Nigeria. And so when we have these partners set up, identify 2 specific faculty members who have shared interests. Their shared interests spurs an opportunity to develop a project proposal, and with the use of that project proposal, we now start inviting students, either undergraduate students in their 4th year for a capstone project, or master's students or PhD students who are pursuing research in that specific area. Once we invite and recruit the students on both sides of the partnership, we bring those students together and support their development of technical skills, research skills, virtual collaboration, and of course, intercultural communication. Developing these power skills for the students can be essential, but creating this collaborative additional cycles that we've engaged, we have increased our numbers by 3-fold. So our objective remains to continue other projects, the objectives, and the meantime. The success that we've experienced so far has shown that we've increased engagement in these collaborative projects. We've supported teams in both synchronous and asynchronous teamwork. And we've done a series of 5 modules. Modules have proven to be immense and critical in supporting the students' development. As part of Invest, we structure these 5 modules to ensure that students are learning how to communicate with one another across cultures, how to make decisions in virtual teams, how to engage one another through conflict scenarios and decision making, and how to navigate the world of technology. As we all know, students are actually better at navigating the world of technology sometimes than their faculty and supervisors are, but bringing it all together and identifying the best tools that are accessible through different points in the world and different geographic areas is critical to ensuring a team's equality in access and equity in contribution to the team. We have experienced challenges, but these challenges that we have experienced as part of Invest have not been a rude awakening. We knew that there are different time zones around the world, and students would experience challenges with respect to that. We knew that it would be incredibly hard for a student to trust their coursework, their projects, to someone who they've never met on the other side of the world. So we've made it a priority as part of the Invest modules to support students in finding solutions around time zone differences, in finding solutions around trust building, so that they can establish honesty, trust as part of their teams, and they can work together to bring that sense of community as they build a research project, as they work towards an outcome that benefits all of those involved. So with that said, I think it's incredibly important to recognize all of the work that has gone into this project and thank the faculty of Applied Science and Engineering at the University of Toronto for supporting our initiative from the very beginning, and thank our Dean, Chris Yip, for the amazing mentorship that he's provided and support that he's provided throughout the project, and also thank Dean Emeritus Christina Amon for believing in the project in the first phase. But most of all, right now, we'd like to thank the GEDC and the committee who has made this decision and included us amongst our esteemed colleagues here. So thank you so much. I do hope that my explanation of INVEST has kind of whetted your appetites, and maybe you'll reach out and want to be involved in maybe a small project. But it has been an honor, and I do wish to thank you on behalf of the entire INVEST team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elham. Thanks to you and your teammates for bringing, and of course, all the colleagues back at University of Toronto, starting with Dean Christina Amon, who was one of our GEDC chairs, carrying this torch we took from her. So here's a shout out to Christina. Now it is my introduce to you the winner of GEDC Diversity Award 2020, Professor Bill Oakes from Purdue University. Bill is the director of the EPICS program and one of the founding faculty members of the School of Engineering Education at Purdue University. He's a leader in service learning at the university and K-12 level, conducting more than 100 workshops, publishing articles, and contributing to 9 books, including co-authoring the first text for engineering. It's wonderful to have you here, Bill. We're looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you. Chair work, Krishna?
Yes, everything working. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to thank the committee and first for their generous support. I feel very honored to be and humbled to follow to such an amazing program. EPICS, I've had the privilege of being the current director. It was started in 1995 by Edward Coyle, who's now at Georgia Tech, and Leah Jameson, who had served as dean at Purdue and is now back in helping us to teach our EPICS courses. When EPICS, excellent. So Leah, I want to especially thank her for her leadership and her engagement and in mentorship throughout the years. When they started EPICS, the problem that they were addressing, or one of the problems, was how to prepare future leaders in engineering. And the idea of connecting the professional preparation with community engagement was a compelling opportunity or way to do that. This approach is consistent, and I think that you've seen with the 3 programs, is consistent with the literature on diversity. But I find it interesting that the community engagement was not started at typically a diversity program. I also want to thank and acknowledge that the leadership team that I get to present to you this morning or evening, or depending on where you are in the world. But I got an amazing team with Andrew, Pam, Charisse, Jorge, Nuseba, Tim, Robin, and then there are dozens of others who are involved in the program as well. So EPICS, when it started, was a course at Purdue, and very quickly it expanded to other universities. In 1997, the first schools, courses. We're currently involved with about 50 institutions that have EPICS courses in some way. And we also have a K-12 program that's more focused on the United States. We've got schools in about 17 states seeing compelling needs within their community. At Purdue, the courses have 100 students this last. They span all the engineering disciplines. We mix first year, second year, third year, fourth year students on undergraduate teams that are all addressing some type of community, human, environmental need. We work with real partners, and the intent is that EPICS projects, when they're completed, are delivered to their partner and used and maintained. To give you some examples of some of the types of projects, we work with projects in different areas. These are examples of what we call access and abilities, working with adults and children with disabilities. So it can range from communication technology. There's a picture here of an app. They've developed a Braille reader, multi-line Braille readers. We've partnered a camp, an outdoor summer camp, totally accessible for any child with any type of disability. We work on more mechanical things like custom prosthetics, especially for young people, and work with adults with disabilities looking at jobs and employment opportunities. The types of projects that we work on span several different areas and include education, the environment, and working with human service agencies of the traditional mindsets that we have in academia. And one of them is the semester or quarter term and student learning go together, that students come in and at the end of the semester that they will have learned a certain amount. Maybe with projects, we might extend them over a couple semesters, but what happens often, especially with the community projects, is the projects aren't quite finished. In the Pretoria project, you heard about how you hand projects off from one group to the next. And that kind of thing simulates what students will do in industry, and it also is what's needed with the community projects. So in EPICS, what we have is we have students coming and going each semester, and that they overlap. So what that means is when a student finishes their time in EPICS, there are other students that have come in and can continue the project. We have a curricular structure that allows projects to be started and finished at the beginning of the semester and or anywhere in between. And one of the things that's done on the community side is it's moved our unit of engagement beyond just projects and into partnerships. What the communities need and the community partners need from us in engineering are long-term partnerships, not 1 or 2 semester projects. And this has allowed us to develop partnerships that have lasted decades. So we actually are working with many partners well past the 10-year mark. Some of the results of the program have shown, this is data from our first year students. So we allow students to come into EPICS and use the EPICS course as a substitute for the traditional first year courses. And one of the things that's come up in 2014, I got to teach my first large engineering course that had more women than men in the class. And in the first year, it's continued to attract a higher percent of women. We're at 46% female with this last year. And what the data is showing is the young women are drawn by the connection with the community and gaining engineering experience. And this is consistent with the literature on diversity for those of us that are looking at issues around gender. Another question that's come up with our work from the research is do these community projects translate to industry? And what our research has shown is while the experience may look different, when they get to industry, they realize that fundamentally there's experience that they've had before that they can call on. So working with a school, an underserved school, may not look like the corporate client. The lessons that they've learned with working with the other people translate to what they will do in industry. At the university level, we've seen an increase in diversity, and if we're looking to truly impact who we have in our classrooms, we need to look at the pre-university. And within the United States, we've seen pretty dramatic the demographic shift for our EPICS courses, where we actually have more female students and students from, in the United States, what we classify as underrepresented minority populations are actually the majority of our students who are involved in our EPICS classes, which is really exciting. So we've really flipped the demographic and the diversity issues on its head. There are tremendous opportunities for us globally to connect engineering with communities, people, and the environment. Not only is that, I think, one of the biggest levers that we can pull to increase diversity, but it's also a way for us to make a tangible difference and impact in our world. If every engineering student was involved in one tangible project that ended up benefiting people in some way, the world would be different. I want to throw out an opportunity to those who are on the call that one of the things that we're looking at this next semester is trying to connect the students who are doing this kind of work with students in other places. We've piloted this with a few teams this last fall. During the COVID times, it provides a lot of restrictions, but one of the opportunities is that everybody's online. And so we're looking at, are there ways that we could connect our students with others? And if you're interested, if you would contact me, we'd be happy to explore if we could connect our students with students at other institutions. In EPICS, we really see us as a piece of the and I tend to think of the world as a puzzle piece. And I think when we look at these tremendous initiatives, and you've seen two others today, as we look at ways that we can connect these initiatives to do larger things, I think there are opportunities for us to really make a difference. Thank you to the GEDC, to the selection committee, and to Siemens for sponsoring this, and I look forward to future collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bill. Congratulations to you and to all our finalists. I would like to open the floor to starting with our panel. First, let's hear from Dora.
Thanks, Sirin, and yeah, thank you, everyone. I just want to reiterate a thank you to GEDC and Ken, to George Mason for providing the platform to recognize great programs and great people with this diversity award. At Siemens and I think at Airbus and probably any other industry company that's on the line now, we're all committed to empowering this next generation of talent, but we need it to be diverse talent, because we know that diversity strengthens our innovation and frankly drives our business impact. So to all the finalists, I want to thank you for recruiting and engaging a more diverse future workforce. From what you all just shared, this shows programs that address diversity from so many angles, from ethnicity and gender, but also in engineering disciplines. And I see, that you're addressing diversity, but you're also helping us close the skills gap in areas like critical thinking, cross-disciplinary and emerging technologies. And so to your question you raised, Bill, that all translates to industry. So I want to thank you for inspiring us to drive more innovation and impact in education. And two last thoughts. In my state in Missouri and in many places around the world, they provide these Teacher of the Year awards. And just this week, the teacher in Missouri said, all have the power to change the trajectory of someone's life. All it takes is one person, one interaction. And I like, Bill, what you said here and at the previous WEEF GEDC event, that If we could get a more diverse engineering workforce, the world would look different and the world would look at engineering different. So we just thank you for all you're doing, and I'm really excited for the future of engineering with the workforce you're preparing. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Dora. Ken? Can we go to you?
Again, congratulations to our winner and finalists, and it was a real pleasure to be part of this and to read all the wonderful nominations and submissions and really see all the great work that's being done. I really can't add anything on top of Dora's comments. They were right on, and I think that's why we're all so excited to participate in programs such as the GEDC Diversity Award. It does make a difference, and you know, having more engineers in the world, in my view, is always a great thing. And I think, you know, we solve problems, and opening the doors to groups that are underrepresented in engineering will definitely make a huge difference in the world and make it a much better place to live. So again, congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much, and thank you, Dara. You know, the support from our sponsors and partners is just vital. And you know, my closing comment is it's really the partnership. I know George, our best programs are the ones that we develop in partnership with our corporate friends, and we're doing wonderful things together. And again, we were delighted to help. I forgot earlier to acknowledge my assistant, Elizabeth Dean, who just does a fabulous job supporting the GEDC and these programs, and really played a pivotal role in getting our IT staff to help put the website up. So again, it was great seeing everyone, and I'll part by saying I wish everyone has happy holidays and a terrific new year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ken and Elizabeth and your entire team who brought it home this year. I would like to recognize Rachel Schroeder, who is a panelist here. Rachel has been a supporter of the Diversity Award program from its inception on. Rachel, can you hear us?
She can. I don't know if she's unmuted, but yeah, I made you an organizer, Sirin. You can see a few other people. There's Ala. There is Leah is here. She might want to make some comments. And then we got Paul Gilbert, and we even got Norman Fortenberry from ASEE. So we got a bunch of people who want to comment. But let's start with Rachel. Rachel, are you able to unmute yourself?
No, I believe she needs to be made organizer, maybe. Or
no, I mean, she can unmute herself. I mean, I think she may be having some issues with the muting, but
well, anyway, we'd like to extend our thanks to Rachel and folks at Airbus who have supported the program, and of course Petrus Communications, our solution partner, and a lot that we do that have put in a lot of their time and energy into the first 7 years of the award. Krishna, can we open the floor for?
Sure. I'll moderate that. Ramiro Hodan has said congratulations to all the teams and winners. I think he was here. He had to leave. So thank you, Siemens, for your support. University of New Mexico and SESTEC will continue to collaborate. Okay, so that.
Are there any questions or comments coming from the floor? Can you see them?
Yeah, let's have Ala. Do you have any comments? Ala, come in.
Hi. I have a comment and a couple of comments actually. So first, I really want to acknowledge Hans Hoyer, Rachel Schroeder, and Kirsten Williamson. Rachel was instrumental in getting the Diversity Award going from the first year, and I think we've seen. I've been on the panel or the selection committee for a couple of years before, and what I can say is simply that the quality of the applications and the quality of the programs that we see keep getting better and better. And So for this year's finalists and for this year's winner, we're all proud of the work that you're doing, and we do take diversity seriously, and diversity and inclusion. And I think the world is starting to recognize now that it's not just a slogan that we talk about. It's more of a mindset where getting viewpoints that are diverse and getting teams to have members that come from diverse background, whether it's ethnic, whether it's cultural, whether it's racial, whether it's gender, it's whatever it is, enriches the engineering process. And I think again, I want to congratulate our industry partners as well for recognizing this, and for recognizing this well before academia. I think our industry partners have recognized the value of diversity well before academia. So I'm just very happy to see what I saw today. Congratulations.
Leah, would you like to talk, or would you have to remain quiet? It's up to you. I've unmuted you, and then I've got Paul Gilbert unmuted.
Before we go to anyone else, Krishna, just a second. I need to introduce Allah for those very few people who may not know him. He's our president of the International Federation of Engineering Education Societies and a long-time global leader of the community. So thanks for being here, Allah. Thanks for your comments. And then can we go to Leah?
I don't know if she wants to join, but maybe sometimes people don't have the right equipment audio-wise. But I've unmuted you, Leah, if you want to jump in. And Paul, I've unmuted you, but you did send a text message. I'm going to read out what you said. Paul says, amazing projects, 100% agree that skills developed translate to business for students' future careers. Also, that the more diverse the base, the more inclusive the base, the better the world will be. I hope to connect with some of these teams and see if there is potential for future collaborations. And then we have a gentleman from India. Raj, you want to speak up? Otherwise, I'll just read what you wrote. Okay. Okay, so he said this is the Raj Rajaram from India, is actually in Chicago and works with Engineering Without Borders. This is the future of engineering, so we can solve climate change and other challenges we face. Then we have Tinashe Shamunorwa. How do we submit projects for consideration and collaboration? Okay, that's a good point. Does somebody want to address that?
The question is, how do we submit projects?
Yeah, how do we submit projects for this program?
Stay tuned. We're about to put out the call. We're working on it for 2021. I think we will have it out for you sometime in April, May timeframe.
Okay. Rajaram is unmuted. You want to talk? And then Norman, if you want to talk, I'm unmuted you, Norman. Raj, come in.
I think this is amazing with so many women and minorities joining and these kinds of community impacts that engineering can do. And there are so many other programs around the country, like I'm involved in IIT Chicago, where we do a similar program called IPRO, Interprofessional Research Organization, where we work student teams for 2 semesters at the minimum, work with a team of 12 to 13 people from different disciplines of engineering, including business and sometimes law, to solve a problem in developing country or right in Chicago. There's a violence prevention, things like that, how to communicate. So these are real creative things that students are learning from these kinds of things. And I encourage what Bill is doing and others to just spread worldwide. That's what's required.
Thanks, Raj. Leah, you unmuted yourself. Come in.
Yes, I finally figured out how to unmute myself. I had very successfully hidden my controls. I want to congratulate all of you who've been involved in this. I think that Siemens, your support, Dora, is absolutely essential, and certainly industry support was a very large part of helping get EPICS going at Purdue and helping to sustain this. But I will just say that listening to you, I am truly, genuinely inspired by the creativity, by the thought that is going into identifying really significant problems and figuring out ways to bring students together across institutions, across countries, around the world to tackle problems. And EPICS was started with the educational goals in mind because we were educators and that was the world we knew, and had the incredible privilege to discover the role that engineering can play in making a difference in the world. So Bill, congratulations. As you know, it's been a joy working together, and it's been an opportunity, I think, that I hope will continue for many years. But I'm inspired by all of you. So thank you, and thank you to the GEDC for recognizing how important these questions of engaging with the world and the fact that it embodies diversity, because it is proving to be one of the paths that opens up doors that seem to have been closed for so many years. Congratulations to all of you.
And
Thanks so much, Leah.
We got Paul Gilbert has unmuted himself, and then we got Norman unmuted himself.
So this is Paul speaking. I managed to find my microphone too. Congratulations, Bill. It's great to see you. I'm very happy for you, but a little bit upset that you beat out the University of Toronto for this prize. And Elham, I loved your project, and I will be reaching out to you. We're based in Markham, just north of Toronto, so I loved your project too. So for both of you, I will be reaching out to you, and hopefully there's a way that we can collaborate, because when I think about the engineers that I bring into my company, one of the biggest challenges I have is finding high quality women. We've started a program where we're trying to get young women as interns at a very early age. Hopefully they'll stick to the company, but they're in high demand, high quality. So it's very hard to fill the places. So keep up and inspire them. And I saw a presentation a few years ago where they talked about the percentage of women getting involved in international projects. And I think it was 20% of women in engineering programs, roughly speaking, but 80% of the participants in international programs are females. And I think that says a hell of a lot. And with 3 daughters, I fully appreciate that. Unfortunately, none of my daughters became engineers. They're entertaining the world in a different way. But Sirin, it's great to see you. Congratulations to you all for this award, keeping it going. I'm really glad that I joined this conference. I've got another meeting I have to go to in a few minutes, but it was fantastic to watch this. So congratulations.
Paul, here is something I never thanked you for. Among all the things you've done and you're doing, at the 10th anniversary of GEDC, where I was announced as the chair-elect, we were all together celebrating peace engineering and diversity and everything we hold dear. I was standing next to the now immediate past chair, Natasha De Paula, and then a previous chair, Sarah Rayala, was with us. And then Dean Christina Amon, who we talked about, was with us. So the 4 of us were standing next to each other, not realizing the significance of this. And Paul snapped a photo of us. That became a historic photo because I'm the 8th chair of the GEDC, and exactly 4 chairs have been women and 4 men. So the next chair-elect is Professor Sunil Maharaj of University of Pretoria. Now you understand, in order not to jinx anything, the next chair will have to be a woman. So thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Norman Fortenberry from ASWE,
yes.
Come in.
I want to congratulate Bill, the entire team, and all of the finalists as well. I think the comments that have been made are right on target. The value, and I also want to thank Dora on behalf of Siemens and all the other sponsors. The value in this type of activity is in highlighting the details of not only the value of diversity, but the how of diversity. And, you know, William Wolf, when he was president of NAE, talked about when we lack diversity, we lack solutions, and engineering is all about finding solutions to challenges. And increasingly, that means the diversity not only of the team in terms of their gender, ethnicity, culture, et cetera, but also of the disciplines. Engineering is now increasingly central to an array of problems across the globe, and we have to learn to work with the social sciences, the humanities, business, et cetera. And so activities and projects such as the ones highlighted show that engineers can do that, should do that. And so these are incredibly important activities and projects. They are existence proofs of what engineers can do. And so on that basis alone, I want to congratulate everyone for their engagement and their involvement in this activity and what it shows to the world and to ourselves about what can be done.
Okay, Sirin, you can wind it up now.
All righty, thanks. Big heartfelt congratulations to Bill and Elham and Lelanie, and thank you to all of our participants in the GEDC 2020 program this year. We had excellent projects. My famous last words will simply be, it's been a pleasure and privilege to watch this program grow from awarding diversity-related activities, but giving the award out to individuals, to giving the award out to projects, to evolving the definition of diversity, building in different dimensions, additional dimensions to gender, nationality, race, ethnicity, and of course, disciplines of engineering and different disciplines, because we need everyone. To bring peace on earth is an engineering problem. So with that, we've come up on the hour. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll hold this up for as long as possible. Thanks. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.